got shocked by electricity.
Yeah, that looks pretty awful.
Got hit by lightning. Hello siblings, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Tiara Griffin, and we are back with another video, and I have a special guest with me. Say hello, Madre.
Hey, hi, my name is Sharon Griffin. I'm Tiara's mother.
First time on camera as a YouTuber. First time on camera?
Yeah. As
nervous?
a YouTuber.
Are you nervous?
Yes. I don't want to be looking at the camera.
Well, don't be nervous, Mom. So what we're going to do today is a mom's tag in honor of Mother's Day, as well as looking at some pictures of myself and the journey that I've come on. I just want to know, I want to dig into your brain as my mother. Are you ready? Okay, so you want to do the picture first, or you want to ask you the question first? No, in fact, this is what I want to know, because you guys see me on here and you see how loud and colorful I can be. So, Mom,
Daughter,
what's the best thing about being the mother of Tiara? Nothing intellectual. You don't have to take a long time to assess the answer. But like having Tiara as a child, like what has life been like from 1991 to 2019?
it's been adventurous. Tiara laughing. It has been adventurous. Tiara's a good kid. She always has been a good child. She's had her ways, ups and downs. I've had to discipline her a lot. As her mother, and being a younger mother, I think we grew up more. She said I've been mean and very what's the word? Controlling.
Yes, I think it was very controlling.
You just have different expectations of each child. So I kind of was pretty hard. I remember I was telling this lady today when Tiara got accepted to Claflin University and then Hampton University and all these schools out of state, and I didn't want her to go. So what I did was I applied.
You applied to the school for me. You didn't even tell me that you applied to the school for me.
So I did. I applied to USC Upstate because I thought it would have been closer.
And I have to Hampton, Clark.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been so much. I
think you were scared to let me go.
Yeah, something. I don't know. So I applied, and she went to USC Upstate and did very well because she always was a honor roll student, very smart. She was that, and I ended up taking her there. She liked it because I told her after her second year she would have been able to go. She could have gone to Clark, but she already had made friends. So that's what happened at that time.
All right. So thank you for the backdrop, Mom. So we're going to show this first picture. You guys are going to see it right now. So when you first, let's see, what were your thoughts about me? No, you prayed a lot. I remember hearing you pray in the room. Like, what were your prayers about my life? Just give me one prayer that you wanted to see God do in me. Whether would you want him? I know you always pray, would I be an evangelist, right? But I kind of got off course, and this is the picture right here. Is when I kind of went off course at USC Upstate. You know. So when you would see me going out and stuff like that, what were your thoughts when my life wasn't matching up to your prayers?
Well, I probably thought something was wrong. Well, most parents, I mean, because you know, when you raise children, you kind of expect for them to be a certain way. So I reared my children up in the Word. They were to go to church. It wasn't that they stayed home. No. I did not tolerate that. And they think I'm kind of easy now, but I just don't want to fight.
You've gotten really soft now on your grandchildren. I mean, they got it good.
But they go to church all the time.
Mama. Focus here.
So, I do believe that, bring the child up in the way that they should go. And when they become old, they will not depart from it. Even when they want to go and look like hoochies.
This picture's a hoochie?
Yeah.
Mama, if I had bent over, you would have seen all my goodness.
Yeah.
That's not how you raised me.
No.
I was seeking attention.
Yeah.
And I had a little shape to it, too. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go to the next picture. Let's see. This one. I remember this was supposed to be a one-piece outfit. But what had happened was the piece in the middle had broke off. So I had to wear it like that to the club. So when you used to see me go out every weekend, what were do you remember your thoughts or anything during that time?
You talking about when you wasn't here?
I was here. That's in Charleston.
Oh, you must be Rudy. I didn't know.
There were many days of that. That's another story for another day. No, I would leave out your house like that.
Well, like you said, the middle was there.
There was no. There was like a crossband.
Because if I saw it, I would have said something.
Well, you always say something. What are you gonna say? I was growing at that time.
Still gotta protect yourself and don't carry yourself as
Right. But if you saw a young girl today with this on, like, what would be your encouragement to her if you saw her dressed like this? Like, what do you think about young girls who dress with barely any
provocative or more showing shape or trying to get attention, or who you trying to please?
Right.
Who attention are you trying to gather? Because you got to know how to cover yourself up. Because the old people used to say you don't show the goods.
Right.
To people, so you leave some room for excitement. You don't give everything out and dish it out. Right.
Isn't the saying, like, I think the saying is like, leave some mystery. Something like that? To somebody else. So, Mom, define a mother's love in one sentence. For you, let's do one word. What is a mother's love in one word? I would say protective.
I would want to say protective.
Really?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. You're so fake. So, okay, let's ask another question. Which one of your children resemble you the most?
How do you mean, like, look like me?
Yeah.
Everybody see you do.
Do we look like twins? Come closer. Didn't we look alike a lot?
You look alike. You do look like me. Tia looks like me too. She's
a darker
version of who I am. Yeah.
Out of all of your children, which one is the most irritating?
All of them. I don't have no favorites now.
We have the most fun though. I guess because we're. You say you thought? You don't think we have the most fun? I think we came a long way, Mom.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, you were very hard to talk to, but now I feel like we're friends now. Because I remember growing up, you always told me,
I'm her mother.
You were always, Mama, back then you would always say, I'm your mom, not your friend. But I think we've developed a relationship. We have a bond now.
Yeah, a bond.
Much better. I would consider you my friend.
Oh, yeah.
When I talk to my friends, that's what I say. I'm like, my mom's my friend. Dumb. I wanted to do my own thing. You okay? Okay. So let's ask a question before we show the last couple of pictures. So, what's the most memorable thing that happened between you and I as maybe a child or growing up? What's one of your most memorable experiences?
Good one or bad?
Tell the one that's going to be the most heartfelt.
Well, let me think. How about when I was going to beat you behind? Because you cut your sister hair.
You know on camera that I really did not mean to cut her hair. I promise I didn't mean to cut her hair.
I was disgusted.
Because all of our hairs were very long. My sister's hair was much longer and much thicker. But my mama told me to take her hair out and I didn't want to. So I told her that I would because I didn't want to get a beating.
Intentionally cut the girl hair.
I did not. So you know how back in the day when you used to, well now they're starting to do it now where it's called feed-in braids. So we did that back in the 90s. About that time. So I cut the braid at the point where I saw the hair connecting. And Tasia called my mom and was like, Mama, Tara cut my hair. And I immediately got sick. I immediately got sick because I didn't want to get it beaten. Because I really didn't mean to. But all of these years later, I'm letting you know, it was purely an accident. I did not mean to cut her hair. I would not do that because I knew I would get it beaten. But my grandma stood up for me.
Yeah. But that's why you can't allow
experience.
Well, you think I got so many. But that was one because that was devastating for me, But
I just cut 2 braids, 2 or 3.
But you were talking about another one when you went to college was very memorable.
Why?
Well, when we were visiting the colleges, that actually encouraged me to go to school.
It did. And you finished with your bachelor's of science in nursing. You're an RN now. You passed that test.
Yeah.
Better do the doggone thing. One more question. Well, not one more, but this one. Where do you see me as your child in 10 years? Mom, in 10 years, I'll be 38.
Yeah.
Jesus. Where do you see me in 10 years?
That's not old.
Yes, it is.
No, that's... No. And now they say the new 30s and the 20 and all that. But in 10 years... Well, hopefully not there. But you definitely have to enjoy yourself. But I see you married. Maybe 2 children. I don't have a bunch of kids, girl.
Oh, 5, Mom.
Oh, Lord. So anyway, you want how many kids these time of day?
Me. I want 4 girls and 1 boy. No, I lied. 4 boys and 1 girl.
Boys aren't easy.
I know.
So, married, preaching the gospel, and I would say, around the world, doing what thus says the Lord.
Did you always
let the God lead you?
Evangelize and preach the gospel?
Well, that's what I wanted y'all to do.
Oh, all of us.
All of my children.
Do you remember that day? That's the day that I had my celebration because I was moving to Chicago. What were your thoughts about me moving to Chicago? Chi-town, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, you did have some thoughts.
I had some thoughts, but I didn't share them.
For the first time in forever?
Yeah.
So you decided to let me spread my wings? You knew I would come back or something? Like, what was your thoughts about that?
Well, I thought you needed to learn because I always telling you.
I think it was better for me to learn that experience. You didn't let me really learn a lot. You were very protective again.
Not protective. I was just trying to help out, make a better choice
based on your own experiences.
Well, yeah, my experiences. Because what I would tell my children are, why are you going to go down a road that I've came from, and you see me beat up, tore up, and you're going to go down that same road after I'm telling you what's down there, how I had to fight to get out. So I didn't want my children to go through that. But I know at times children do have to go through their experiences. But I've learned to actually give my children to the Lord. God gave me these children here on earth. However, not really however, but He's given me them here on earth. And I give my children back to God so God can do with them what He will. Right. Because I think sometimes we can step in a way and miss what it is that God does have for somebody. Because you want to see a difference in your children. You want to see your children do well. You want to see them successful. You want to see them prosperous. And I'm sure in some way or another they want to see themselves there as well. Not even understanding where they are. Right. But I just, even there, you kind of, in the picture, you can kind of say, I'm still trying to decide who I am. Yeah. So
I was really me now. So when you see me from then to now, I remember one young lady asked me, she was like, your mama got to be proud of you. She was like, you preach the gospel, you minister, you got your business doing, you just wrote your book. Like, she has to be proud. And I'm just like, yeah, I spoke for you. But seeing me, like, your prayers becoming reality, how does it make you feel?
It's exciting. And then it gives you the ability to know how to trust God even more, because He can take our mess and turn it into a message. So with that being said, when you had no hope, there is hope. So just knowing that He can turn anything around, just knowing that He is able, trusting in Him. And sometimes I have to remind myself, because I have other children like I've been talking about, and they're doing certain things, and it always come back to me, well, look at what Tiara doing and what God is doing in her life. So God, if you did it for her, you definitely will do it for the rest of them. So It does my heart good just to see her doing well. Oh. Amen.
So what are 2 lessons that I've taught you?
Taught me?
Yeah. I've heard that children teach their parents too. Have I taught you anything? Well, clearly you just said I kind of taught you how to trust God.
Yeah, trust God. Even what your faith, it encouraged me to stay faithful.
Really?
Yeah. because I have a huge thing about what God is and how He is.
Okay.
Because God is faithful. And we don't tend to be as faithful as He is. And sometimes I think, I'll lay there and say, well, God, how faithful you are. And we are not like that. But just to see that you're moving on. And even Karen spoke about, your auntie, spoke about your faith level in God. So sometimes if you can see somebody else's faith level and how they're moving, you can be encouraged with that as well.
So, Mom, if you could do it all again and raise me, would you do anything differently?
Yeah, some things I would do different. You know, I would have made sure, because, you know, they say it takes a village to raise a child or children. So I would have really got a community involved with all of my kids instead of trying to do it on my own. So build a community around my kids and making sure I had the right things, the right people, the right, I don't want to say encouragement, but the right role models, I guess I would say, around them. I would have been more careful about the people that I brought in their lives, because we've had one situation where I dated somebody that was a huge mess. So, you know, you just really have to really be careful and really know who you are, and get your children to know who they are and whose they are. And that's one of my prayers. God, help my children to know who they are and whose they are, because we don't belong to ourselves. And not to be super spiritual, but allow God to be God in our lives and let Him do everything that we need Him to do in our life.
I would like to think of you as a mother to the nations, because you take care of everybody's children. Mm-hmm. So even right now, you didn't just pray for me and my siblings, but you pray for all kinds of other people's children, not all kinds of, but other people's children. So what are you doing right now in the month of May for other people to get involved?
Well, about 3 years ago, the Lord gave me Warrring in the Trenches for Our Sons. And I just began to pray for our young people, myself, and I had got 2 other young ladies who are on board with me, involved in this movement. And I guess you can't call it a movement, because every May 1st to May 31st, we get together and we intercede on the behalf of our young people, because yes, I do have a heart, especially for our young men. Not to say I don't have it for the young ladies as well, but it is very sad, and my heart is heavy with how our young men are going in society today. Not only my sons, but sons around the world, in the nation. So I have a heart for that. So, you know, the Lord spoke to me, like I said, about 3 years ago, and that dropped in my spirit, praying in the trenches for our sons. So we get on the line, 5 o'clock. Yes, it is a sacrifice, but we get in on line and we praying one for another. We're interceding. We came to bombard the gates of hell, because, you know, it's enough is enough when you see our young men getting around here and involving themselves in guns and gun violence. I mean, it's sickening to the core. So, you know, I try to get around young men and encourage them, because I think that they have to come out of their mindset of hurting one another, or you got your hands, you at the death of somebody else, or the mercy of somebody else. The devil lied. We just really have to come against that spirit that's trying to uproot our young men. Our young men have to know who they are. They got to come out of bondage, because that's a type of bondage. You're not slavery. You enslaved in your mind. So we really have to come against that spirit that's trying to head up our young people and our men, black males, and not to say, you know, because I know in the other communities there are certain, in different ethnics, there are situations, but we see it more prominent in the black community, that our men have to rise up and they have to be fathers to their sons. I'm trying to do what I can do, but we need our men to come up. We need them to stand up and be the men of God, or be men just in general, and bring these boys out of the trenches and bring them into the areas that they need to be in, because a lot of them don't have any vision. They don't have any insight, no direction on where they need to go, and they need to have understanding, where am I needing to go today? And because our young men aren't in their rightful places, and I'm calling our men to their rightful and respectable places, so that they can be who they need to be a mentor to some of these young men, because some of these children don't have a clue.
Right.
They don't have a clue. I'm not preaching about it, but that's my heart. So I do have a passion for children. Now, don't mess with nobody's child. I don't care. Yours, whoever.
What do you call yourself? Another mother's child?
My grandmother used to say, another mother's child. So you never know. If something, God forbid, ever happened to me, I pray that somebody will treat my children just as good as I would treat my own. Amen. So that's why I, have a passion for children, grown children, young children,
So we will have the phone number and the participant code in the description below. So if you have a son, or it doesn't matter, a brother or whatever, and you want to pray for them, I'll put that in the description below for you to go ahead and get on the phone calls at 5 a.m. and also listen to the playback so that you can war in the trenches for your sons and brothers and pull them out of hell, because we're supposed to be soul winners for them. So I pray that I am able to be a testimony and a visual of a mother's prayers being manifested, that if you're praying for your daughter or your son, that I am the seed of that and it will happen in your life. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Make sure you share with a friend, as well as follow me on social media, which is Facebook and Instagram. And I pray this video was really great for you, and I just want to let you know, Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Oh, thank you, daughter.
And we will see you again another day. Bye.
Bye bye. Have a
so aggressive. Bye bye. Yeah,
I didn't say bye.
You want to say before we close out?
No.
You good?
Amen. That's it.
Okay. Well, see you later, guys.
See you later. Have a great day. See you later. See ya.
Okay.
Have a great day.
How many times you gonna say it? It's over. Okay.
Did you turn off?